Kenyan all the time.
Okay, thank you, Bona PK. I'm happy because of this discussion, and I hope we are going to get a consensus as a people, and we will be able to salvage our country. You know, from 1963, we have just been, at times, we get presidents, we get leaders, and at times we are not satisfied with them. But we have never reached a time where people felt that their voices have not been respected. We know in different countries, in different places, elections are stolen. We don't deny that fact. But even if elections are stolen, the elections which they are too obvious to steal. And for me, 2022 was the most obvious election which you needed not to steal. Everything was for Raila Odinga. But somebody decided to subvert the will of the people. Either he was paid or it was a maniac act. But what I know is that the will of the people was subverted. Number two, you know, the reason why we have governments is so that they can be able to actualize what they said. Uh, I have taken time to read the Kenya Kwanza manifesto. Even when you go to many government meetings, people are saying that you need to look into Kenya Kwanza manifesto before you implement anything. But Kenya Kwanza manifesto is not implementable because it was something which was not based on the reality. and it is so unfortunate that Kenyan economists were not able to analyze that manifesto. So even when you want to embed the Kenya Kwanza manifesto to the government operations, it's not working. It's not working. You want cheap labor, you want some things to be like penniless, but life doesn't work that way. So I'm saying that this was a quickened government. It was a government for somebody with no structure. Somebody decided, people vote manifestos and ideas. Governments are never just put it. And that is why, by the way, Kenya is going to stagnate. Because Kenya Kwanza was a government whose manifesto and methodology did not reflect the reality. Rather, people worked very hard to get the government without a workable idea. That's why we are going to stagnate as long as these people are they're in power. It comes without saying anything because they had no idea. The only thing they worked on was to get power. The issue of connecting their methodology with the economy, their thinking, that is why even the people who they brought to power, the CS what, they are just quacks, money people, thugs, people who have no morality authority to do anything. Let me tell you, some of the people in Kenya who are CS's current, in some other countries, they could be in jail. That is what we are dealing with. We are dealing with the people who their only thing they were doing was to get into power. The methodology to them was not important. Everything was not important to them. It was only to get into power. For Azimio, as Azimio was strategizing to connect the idea to do so many other things, somebody was busy working on a method, backroom method of how to get to power. And miraculously, they succeeded. So it's a very big loss to any sane Kenyan, any right-thinking Kenyan. You lost a lot. And this is not an idea whereby we say ati miaka tano tutarudia. I can tell you the undoings, because let me tell you, These people want to put a system which will make sure that quacks are the only people who will be reading in Kenya. And I can tell you, if this presidency of Mr. Ruto is going to see the light of the day for the next 5 years, you will be seeing people with any form of character getting close to power. We have opened, or somebody has, let me not say Kenyans, because Kenyans are innocent. Somebody decided to open a very bad door for us. You will be seeing any form of people, even drug lords, will start becoming presidents if this presidency continues. Because in life, bad character should not be rewarded. In life, we want people to anguish. We want people to fight for the best, and we get the best product and the best things possible. But when you see criminals are the ones who are getting power and the rest, uh, you now start having a country which is looking like Mexico or Colombia or those countries which you hear that there are gunshots of cartels every time and every day. That's where we are ending. So look at what is happening. Even if they are saying that the life is coming down, I don't know how, but I'm now hearing Kenya Power tokens will go high. Uh, Food is going high. Even that food is not there. They now want to use the other methods of the crook methods of stabilizing the amount of food in the country. So there are so many things. People are not being consulted. So it's simple. Who can audit IBC? First of all, because let me tell you, the greatest project Kenyans can do is, yes, we have known the election was stolen. Then, how can this information reach Kenyans? How can the truth reach Kenyans? Because, Kenyans have been cheated. People think that they have a legitimacy leadership. So, how can we audit IBC? These ideas of having autonomous institution which cannot be told, which cannot be audited is wrong. And I think we need another agency now. I don't know which one can be, but we need another agency. This idea that the only person who can tell you the truth about IBC is Chebukati. So the only thing I need to do is to buy Chebukati, or if you get an evil Chebukati, because those things happen, you get a very bad result on everything. So the current system we have cannot help. We need another methodology of improving honesty in our country, because now dishonesty has gone into every corners of our functioning government. And I don't think there is any institution in Kenya which can give you the right thing. I'm not sure. Dishonesty in Kenya has gone to the highest levels possible, to the extent now you cannot trust judiciary, you cannot trust your electoral body, we cannot trust our school, our even election bodies. We cannot trust them. Cheating everywhere. We are just cheating. We are a cheating nation. Why? What is cheating going to give us at the end of the day? Can we form a nation through cheating? Can we form economy through cheating? No. Even if we cheat, the net product will be obvious that even countries which are not doing much will defeat us, because we will be staying in a fake economy. No wonder I even heard some time back that even our dollar value was not the truth value. I was hearing that our economy was a bit not natural, and I was hearing that our dollar value was. There were some foreign people who are saying that Kenyan dollar value is not natural. I don't know how true it is, but that is how people live in lies. So we have too much lies in our country. We are not honest people. If somebody with 5 million votes can defeat somebody with 80 million votes, we need to sit down as Kenyans. That is the most serious thing. That is also showing you that you can become a billionaire in Kenya by doing nothing. If somebody with 5 million can defeat somebody with 8 million, it's not a joke. Unajua saa zingine mimi nasemanga, Unajua ni vizuri pia kujiwekanga kwa miguu ya watu wengine. Imagine wewe ulikuwa unatafuta kura. Wewe ndio ulikuwa Raila, ulikuwa unatafuta kura. Alafu mtu anaiba kura yako kutoka milioni 8 anaileta kwa milioni 6 na kitu, na yake anaitoa kutoka milioni 5 sijui milioni ngapi. How would you be feeling now? Unajua saa zingine even as we try to blame Raila na kusema ni kama atosheki, you will feel bitter. And I think Raila has some grace, if you can see. Wangekuwa ni watu wengine kama sisi, hata tungekuwa tumevuruga hiyo inchi sana. I hope he still has that resilience that he wants to follow the right channel even to become a leader. But mimi ile kitu hata inanisumbua sana ni ya kwamba somebody want Kenyans not to benefit from Raila president. Because remember, Raila si ati anangojea. Every time you waste Raila time, you are wasting a very serious time for this country. That is what we are losing. I wish there's a way in which justice can be. I don't know who can give Kenyan justice. All our justice system is corrupt. They were bought, but we are losing a lot. History ya kusema, you know, Raila Odinga can be a opposition leader. Yeah, okay, well, he can. But there was something we were to achieve as Kenyans. If Raila Odinga became a president, there was something special we were to achieve. But unfortunately, I can see there is somebody who is determined to peg our history and to peg our thinking in medieval time. Ile mafikiri ya kitambo tu anataka tuweka hapo. We have so much to benefit from Raila Odinga presidency. But I'm so sad that somebody sat down and prevented our children from enjoying Raila presidency. May that person die. Mimi hivyo ndivyo nasema kila siku. May that person die. That is not somebody who needs even to be forgiven. Whoever denied Raila Odinga presidency in Kenya, Mungu amuue tu. Thank you, PK. Mato endelea, naona ni kama PK yaski.
No, actually nilikuwa nataka kukuuliza because now you brought up that number. You know, I'm a number person and sorry. Ushaka chini ukapiga hizo hesabu zile number, I mean how it was distributed. You realize that the 1.7 something million is what was changed to the other side yenye tulipewa ile yenye tulipewa, na the numbers that have come, wale watu wanakataa hii namba yenye tunapewa saizi, that the 2 million difference is what was divided in between the number between the portal and the one that has come with a you know, with a whistleblower. That difference of 2 million is the one that was divided to bring Ruto from 5 million all the way to 7, and also ikadividiwa tena kwa Ruto, kwa Raila ikarudi into ikakuja kwa 6 something. When you do that calculation, you still find out that that's the same number that they are talking about, the difference between the two that had happened. And when you look at that, now you start looking at where it was, which is what we had said a long time hata before kura zitangazwe. And if you remember, ulikuwa hapa, my friend, you were here when we were saying those numbers before itangazwe. And we said when the glitch happened, it was at 3 a.m. Atukulala yo siku. So you start seeing now the sequence of what exactly happened. Because for me, at the time we had the server, the one in Belgium, with the people that we decided to do that with. But still, that number is still coming to show itself. And when you look, unaona nile, walichukua hii, wakagawa pale, wakaeka pale, na wakaeka hii, wakaeka pale, koko mwingine. And then all those numbers, when you calculate them, you still come down to that 2, actually, I think it's about 3 million because they're still counting and still looking at it, but I've looked at the dossier. But when you look at that number, it still goes shy of what we had spoken that time before Zitangazwe. You were here when we were looking for those numbers, when we were saying those numbers, why Raila had won at that time. So how, and this is not the first time that they've done it. They did it last time, where you take a number, play around with it, give kidogo kidogo hapa, give kidogo kidogo hapa, and try to cover those numbers so that they look real. But this time, they were caught. And whoever is saying these guys were not caught, I feel sorry for you. Because, my brother, you were here. You remember. If I can call you your name, Jiru, you were here. We said it here. You even called us so many times. Are you guys sure about this? We told you yes. When the glitch happened, we said it. This was before elections happened. It's now that people are starting to see these things, but you know we were here. We never slept. You were asking us. You would call me. I would tell you, let me call. Make sure where we are, because we had the numbers. The numbers are there. It's not something that we are making up. And that is what pains me when I hear some people talking about, oh, Ruto alishinda. And I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? To connect the number. Njiru, if you have a 1 + 1 and you did the math and you followed the whole thing and you even invested in it, what are you supposed to do? That's why I kept quiet for some time. And I'm still quiet even today about the numbers. But you, the people who have been here, when we were doing the tallying and everything, we did them here. It's not, I mean, people can go back and look at these numbers when we were doing them before after the Zitangazo na kina Chebukate, when we knew it's done. And we told you guys, it's done. It's over. Amechukua. Remember, don't forget. Lakini now, some people like us and even the people that took out their walitoka jobs, the IT guys and all those things, wale watu tulikuwa tumeamua, the groups that we had from different countries to hold this thing. Sometimes we feel down. Tunasikiaga down because we already know we did it and they were there and we took it and we know when they started staging. And when you have a president that is lying to people like us, not even like, lying, not even lying, just stupidly talking some absurd things like, oh, server ilifunguliwa. What do you mean as a portal is a server? A portal is not a server. I mean, now you're making us look stupid. And at the time you find that that's the thing that you've been going to school for. So for me, today I'm, leo niko down kidogo because it sucks when you know you've gone to school to do something. You've spent your money to do something. You've sat down there and you know the numbers, you can see them. You have them. You quote what exactly happened. And then you have someone that thinks everybody is stupid talking about portal and server. Yet the numbers are here. Now they are coming out. And it's not even us that did it. We celebrated Raila's presidency a long time ago before it was even announced. The day that they were going to announce at Bomas, it was Raila going to be announced. He was ready. Even Uhuru was coming to celebrate. And then all of a sudden, they started doing matope. And it's the reason the military had to take the 2 certificates. And it is a reason for the first time in our country, we saw someone be sworn in as a president, or being given a certificate that is handwritten, and the vice president does not get a certificate. Hata ile akina Kibaki walifanya better because the vice president alipata certificate. Where's Rigathi Gachagwa's certificate? Na mtu akinionyesha saizi nitanyamaza, sitaongea tena. Mtu akinionyesha siku moja aliona certificate ya Gachagua, which is constitutional, that you have to have as a running mate. Mtu akinionyesha saizi, I'll keep quiet and I'll never talk again, because there's nothing. Gachagua has never gotten a certificate. So what is it that we are doing? Tumekuwa mitumba, a country of mitumba, just doing something like that, like this. We have a constitution which we don't even follow. The constitution says the vice president has to have a certificate. It's always been there since independence, since we got our constitution. Hata tukiwa na mkoloni, even in the Queen's constitution. So how comes this is the first time that the vice president does not even have a certificate? Yet the deputy governors have their own certificate. Kenyans, please, mkiona watu wakisema saizi watu hata wanataka kutembea kwenda State House, is because of the lie. And like I always say, the truth shall run around the world before, the lie shall run around the world before the truth ties its shoes. And the truth is starting to come. And it was bound to come. This time he was not going anywhere. Raila won. We had the numbers before they were announced. The numbers are coming back again. Raila won this election. Raila is the president of the Republic of Kenya. And that's why the military was around. That's why NIS mnasikia sijui nani walikuwa nasema, because it was done. People thought watu wanaogopa tu kupigana. And that's how they're trying to do it, because they know watu wataki kupigana anymore. Because tulipigana 2007 na hakuna mtu anataka kupigana tena hivyo. But push to the shove, watu wataguza kidonda si mzuri. There was an MP, MCA that went to Jacaranda today, a UDA. Alitoloko na mawe, akaingizwa kwa gari yake, akaambiwa toka hapa na uende kabisa. Nilitumia Bernard hiyo nini, and the people on the wale wenye mko kwa nini kwa WhatsApp group zetu, mtaona nilieka hapo hivyo, nilitumiwa na mtu. Guys, we cannot run a country like that. Me personally, this one is personal to me, because it took us 3 days of not going to work, of saving time off of work. Nilikuwa nalala kwa couch hapa hivi, nikiwa kwa simu zinalia back and forth. Tuko huku tunafanya hivi, okay, nani nini unapigiwa, wa Moranga amefikisha pale, na yule ametuma hii, ndio hii huko, tumetangaza hii, you doing the math, umeandika. Yani even my Excel sheet istakagi kuiangalia siku hizi. So the guys that are saying that Raila did not win, you're very wrong on this one. And I don't know how we're going to do it, but the more we keep on talking, and I hope Kenyans, I know Kenyans know And even central guys are coming to tell us that they don't understand where the votes came from. And I've been asking that for a long time here. Where did Ruto get the votes from? Ask a lot of people, they won't tell you. They don't know. Hawajui. Raila won. He got it. So ni ile kitu unaweza kumeshika glasi ya blue hivi na mtu anakuambia ni ya red. Personally, I know it. Niko ndani, naijua. We did that job. But anyways, wacha ninyamazi hapo hivyo Stone PK. I just wanted to say that we do know for a fact, na mkitaka muniite nitaenda huko niseme, because we do have the numbers even today, and they're even bigger than, a little bit more than huyu mwenye hii yenye ameonesha. I don't think wamemaliza kucount zenye wanaonesha, but it's very true. Na umesikia leo mheshimiwa akikuja hapa hivi akatuambia yeye alienda mpaka huko akaangalia, akachukua hiyo dozia, akaangalia na akaenda nao mpaka kwa nini yake, voting center yake, na ilikuwa inaenda stream to stream. If you look at it, I've had to look down at it na kuangalia na namba zenye tuko nazo, and they match apparently. So wacha ninyamazia hapo. Stone, pole.
Thank you, Kenyan with love.